Oh, you lost your $1,000,000? Oh, you loved that $1,000,000. Oh man, did you get to buy anything? One thing? What'd you buy? A toothbrush? A really good one though? No. Like electric one? No. Just one of those replaceable head toothbrushes? And you didn't buy any replaceable heads? So you just have the handle? That's not so bad. What am I doing? Hello, my friend. Don't even say it. Yes, the hair, this is happening. I got a purple scrunchie. It's not long enough to do a full ponytail. I want to do that, so I gotta put it on top of my head. That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do in the meantime. So give me a break. This is the video that's gonna go viral. My hair is like this, isn't it? Don't fucking share this video, you asshole. What did I ever do to you? Don't share it. So you want to go vegan. I mean, how dare you, first of all? What do you want to be healthy and live long or something? That's stupid. Don't do it. I'll show you how to do it, but this is bullshit. So what I'm gonna share with you in this video, 4 blueprints that you can follow, and each one you can experiment and change them. Never listen to somebody telling you exactly what to eat. Alter it. You gotta change it for yourself. You're gonna feel things inside burning. You're gonna have cravings. You might crave cucumbers. You might crave almond butter. You gotta listen to these things. Your body's telling you something that nobody else can tell you. I can't tell you. So first tip, listen to your cravings, listen to your body, and in the beginning, don't stick to crazy rules. I'm gonna give you some rules, but don't pay too much attention to them. You're going vegan. You're doing this planet, your body, the animals a huge service. Reward yourself with some of the slightly less healthy processed foods that are still healthier than your animal products. They're not the healthiest things, but reward yourself. Have some fun. Go eat a vegan burger, have some vegan pizza. Replace the animal products with the plant-based versions of these foods. You want bacon? Go have tofurkey fakin', you fucking flower boy. Just do it. But seriously, you want burgers, there's vegan cheese. There's no reason if it's a craving. Trust me, these taste even better than their animal counterparts. There's no guilt. It's just like all around win-win for everybody. So have some of that, have some fun along the way. But if you want to feel your best, I'm going to give you 4 blueprints. These are the 4 diets that work. These are the 4 vegan diets that you should start with and then tinker and experiment. So the first 2 are raw food diets. These are healing, medicinal diets if you're sick, if you have a chronic illness. And there's 2 ways to do a raw food diet. You got the fruit-based cleansing diet, and you got the fat-based building diet. Cleanse, build. That's it. It's very simple. At some point, you're gonna wanna detoxify your body. Wait for summer. If you're in the tropics, you got it easy year-round. You got ripe fruit all over the fucking place, you lucky piece of shit. I'm in Toronto, Canada. I've done raw food diets in the winter and it sucks. Wait till the summertime. Once the peaches and the watermelons are in season, you go nuts on the fruit for a while. Cleanse out your body. There's nothing more cleansing than fruit. Fruit is the ultimate food, and it's very energizing too. A lot of people still base their diet on fruit, even though they're done healing, they're done cleansing, but they feel so good on the fruits. I mean, it's our natural food. So long story short, fruit-based diets are awesome if you can get the ripe fruit and if you crave it. I can't stress this enough. Do not force yourself to eat fruit if it's not ripe, if you're not enjoying yourself. If I tell you to eat grapes for breakfast and you're looking at grapes and you want to shoot yourself in the face and punch me in the face, go make some oatmeal, go have a vegan burger for breakfast. Who gives a fuck? Don't eat the grapes. So a fruit-based diet might look like juicy fruit for breakfast. Grapes, watermelon, cantaloupes, whatever's in season and you're craving. You're basically eating fruit all day. until you want that salty, savory balance. You're gonna crave it. You're gonna want that salty taste when you're eating sweet all day. It's just the reaction of a human body. You eat sweet, you need the salt to balance. And when you're craving the salt, what you want to do is have a big salad at the end of the day with fats. Avocados, coconuts, olives, soaked nuts and seeds, some seaweeds in there. I mean, what you're looking for is fat and mineral rich foods. That's how you do a raw food diet. It's pretty delicious. I've done it. I don't have the fruit here in Toronto in the winter. It's not doable. The next raw food diet is a fat-based diet. I've tried it. I've never been able to make it work, but I've experienced benefits from it. And there's a lot of long-term raw fooders that eat higher fat than most of the high fruit guys eat. Eventually, you're gonna wanna try a diet like this. Just know that every cell in your body has a membrane, and those membranes are built of fat, the essential fats, omega-3 and 6. And if you've been eating animal products, you've been eating the standard American diet, your cells are built out of shit. And you gotta replace that with plant fats. They're built out of saturated animal fats and trans fats, and your cells aren't working properly. You gotta replace those fats with the plant fats, omega-3s like flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, avocados. I mean, omega-3s are in a lot of fruits and vegetables too. Cantaloupe and papaya are huge sources, and some of the leafy greens like lettuce and spinach are also good sources. On the fat-based diet, you don't consume much fruit. It's more of a building diet. It's different. Fruit is cleansing, the fats are building, and you don't want to mix them both. You can't really mix sugar and fat in high amounts. It just doesn't work. You've got to pick one or the other. So go on the fruit cleanse for a while in the summer, and then winter you build up with the raw foods and the fats, and you make your nut patés and your salads. And these are the diets to heal yourself of serious disease. 100% raw food diets. I mean, you can cheat here and there with some cooked food, but your ideal is to stick to the raw foods, heal yourself, and then we can come to a more balanced maintenance diet, which is what I follow now. I've done the raw foods. I've been doing this for like 7 years now, and I've done the raw foods. I've healed myself of the ulcerative colitis and a bunch of shit, and now I can enjoy the wonderful plant-based foods out there. I mean, you got to put in the time. Sometimes if you're not sick, don't worry about the raw food diets. I mean, you want to keep your raw foods always. They're like very healthy for you. Raw fruits and vegetables, they're the key to life. But you don't have to be 100% raw forever. So a high-fat raw food diet is gonna have a lot of salads. I mean, I've had salad for breakfast. It's not crazy. It's actually pretty delicious. But green juices and salads and smoothies, like that's what you're going for on a raw fat-based diet. Simple juices like celery, cucumber, lemon, ginger, and then a dark leafy green. It's delicious. I have videos. Watch The Secret to Making Vegetable Juice Taste Good. It's very delicious. So you make your green juices, you got salads, you chop up your leafy greens and the vegetable fruits like the cucumbers and tomatoes, and then you got your nut butter in there and olives, and it's just delicious. And you can have some steamed veggies in there. I mean, steamed broccoli with almond butter and olives, ridiculous. I could eat that all day long. It's fucking amazing. Now the two more balanced diets that I'm going to share with you, you've probably heard of them, Raw Till 4 and the Starch Solution. They're both high carb diets. Raw Till 4, made popular by Freely the Banana Girl and Durian Rider. Shout out, you guys are heroes. Their concept is pretty simple. You keep the healing benefits of raw food, you eat raw foods throughout the day, and then you have your cooked food dinner. You keep it high carb always, because you can't mix the carbs and the fats. Don't ever forget that. So Raw Till 4 is gonna look like fruit for breakfast, and you can have either a fruit mono meal, maybe you want watermelon or cantaloupes or mangoes for breakfast, or you want smoothies like banana smoothies, green smoothies. The key is to just keep it high fruit throughout the day, raw foods, and come dinner time you get your starch-based meal. It's very satisfying. A lot of people, all they can think about is that dinner all day. They eat their raw foods and torture throughout the day, and then it's like, finally, my potatoes. That's what I used to be like. I'm choking down the smoothies until my potato and broccoli meal. So your dinners can be as simple as you want or as complicated as you want. As long as you're keeping it like whole food, low fat, you're following the program. I myself, I love boiled potatoes and steamed broccoli, plain. It's like heaven. But you might want to be making like a seasoned rice and bean dish and fold that up into a burrito, dipping in salsa. I mean, there's so many recipes out there. Just Google some high carb vegan recipes on YouTube, and what's her name? Feasting on Fruit or something. She has very simple but delicious looking recipes. I myself, I don't follow recipes. I like creating, and I like simple dishes. I often make simple one pot meals, rice and beans and veggies all together in the same pot, and it's just like, cool, I'm done. So that leads me into the Starch Solution, which is basing your diet on starch instead of fruit. It's a much higher percentage of cooked food. It's much slower to heal yourself if you have any chronic illness, so it's more of a maintenance diet in my opinion, but it's very sustainable. I mean, we've been growing grains and beans and potatoes for thousands of years. We're used to it. That's how civilization was built. If you want to learn more about the Starch Solution, read that exact book, The Starch Solution by Dr. John McDougall. It's an amazing book. There's tons of YouTube videos on people doing it. Potato Strong, he lives that lifestyle. He makes lots of recipe videos. But you're basing your diet on starch. Every meal is starch-based. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's delicious, it's healthy. It's just more of a maintenance diet. So you'd have like oatmeal and raisins for breakfast. I'm just giving you examples, like that potato and broccoli meal for lunch. If you want to be simple as me, dip those potatoes in soy sauce if you don't like the simplicity of plain potatoes. And then you got your rice and bean dishes and your soups and casseroles and lasagnas. I mean, there's so many foods you can make. All these foods low fat, so you don't have to panic. Just start eating more plants, eat more fruits, eat more vegetables. Don't be afraid of the starches. There's a lot of misinformation. People are telling you that starch and sugar makes you gain weight. I'm slim, my girlfriend's slim, we eat high carb. YouTube is covered with high carb vegans that are slim. Okay, so last thing I'm gonna mention, calorie percentages. It's a very popular percentage, 80% carbohydrate, 10% protein, 10% fat. Start there. It's what works well for most people. Most people do well on the high carb, low fat diet. The only thing I'm gonna say, protein, here's the thing about protein. If you're sedentary, you do not need much protein. You don't even have to worry about it. You don't even have to dip into the higher protein foods like beans and seeds and grains. Well, grains you might still want. But just know that fruit is about 5% protein. Vegetables are like 10 to 50% protein. Grains are like 12 to 14%. Beans are like 20%. And some seeds, like hemp seeds, are 25%. Pumpkin seeds, 18%. It's almost impossible to get less than 10% unless you're on an entirely fruitarian-based diet. And if you are on that diet, you're probably gonna get skinny as fuck. You might still be healthy, and it's up to you what kind of body you want. If you don't mind being skinny, you don't need a ton of protein to keep on muscle mass. And if you're an endurance athlete, you like to run, you like to cycle, you don't need a lot of protein because you're not ripping your muscles apart, tearing them down, and getting huge. You're depleting your muscles of glycogen. You just need to refill your glycogen, focus on the carbs, and protein will take care of itself. But if you want to keep some decent muscle mass, you're lifting weights or you're doing calisthenics like I am, you want a bit more protein, just a bit. 12 to 15% is what most vegan bodybuilders will recommend. There's no point going beyond 15%. And to get that, you can still eat tons of fruit. You just want to focus a bit more on the grains, which are 12 to 14%. They're like the perfect muscle building food. and the beans are even higher than you need, but it helps balance out the 5% fruit protein, 20% bean protein. There's some math to be had in there. So eat some higher protein foods after your workouts. You'll recover faster. I don't even get sore after my workouts anymore. It's amazing. So to sum it up, you got your 4 blueprints. You got the 2 raw food diets, the high fruit cleansing diet to heal yourself and detox. You got the high fat building diet to just replace your cells and build your hormones and stuff like that. And then you have the 2 maintenance diets, the raw till 4, which keeps a lot of the raw food benefits, and then the Starch Solution, which is starch based, very high in cooked food. It's not as healing, but it's easier and cheaper to follow. It's more delicious for most people. It's more satisfying. It depends what your goals are. I mean, some people are pretty happy with really decent health. Some people want the super health. If you want the super health, I think you gotta go more for the raw foods, but you'll be just fine. I mean, there's 100-year-olds. Look at the vegan guy. He's 100 years old. He's been eating starch-based for the longest time. He just retired from being a brain surgeon at 95. His brain's running on starch, and he's doing just fine. And the final 2 tips, replace the animal products with the plant-based versions. The tofurkeys and the toe burgers. Don't eat toe burgers, you son of a cannibal bitch. And last thing, maybe most important or least important, eat as much as you want. I mean, if you're used to bacon and eggs take up a tiny portion. To get that much calories in fruit, you need to eat a giant bowl. To get that much from starch, it's a slightly smaller bowl. You have to eat more volume than you're probably used to. And a lot of people might just be too tired because they're not eating enough. So stuff it in. Don't eat so much where you're passing out. You gotta sleep after every meal, but eat enough. Eat more than you think. So that's it. I hope that helped. I know I probably left out so many keys, but this video is getting too long. That's my tips for now. Post your questions down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Share it. Don't share it because of my hair. Don't you dare share this video. And that's it. That's it. That is it, my friend. Thank you for watching. Come back for more. That's it. That's it. They want to build fucking shit. A lot of people... What the fuck is happening to me? A lot of people fucking shit. Oh god. A lot of people I can't do this with a straight face. What the fuck? I'm too happy making this video. My cat's looking at me right now. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do this, aren't you, buddy? Okay. So I have a cat now. Where was I even going with this?